You walk into a room full of people who have known you since before you could walk. Someone teases you about that embarrassing thing you did when you were 7. Your aunt asks the same question she asks every year. Your grandmother touches your face the way she always has. The same foods get made. The same seats get taken. The same jokes get told. These predictable patterns create a sense of stability and security. In a world that changes constantly, family rituals are anchors. They connect the present to the past. They say that some things endure. And when you are in that family gathering, something happens inside you that no amount of success, no career achievement, no social media validation can replicate. You feel like you belong. You feel seen. You feel home. Most people think family gatherings are just tradition. Nice customs we follow because that's what families do. But neuroscience tells us something far more powerful is happening. Your brain is literally lighting up in ways it doesn't during ordinary social interactions. Your body is releasing chemicals that reduce stress and increase well-being. Your nervous system is regulating itself in ways that will affect your health for weeks to come. The psychology of what happens when families gather goes deeper than anyone realizes. It touches the most fundamental human need we have, the need to belong. Dr. Abraham Maslow spent his career studying human motivation. His hierarchy of needs has become one of the most famous concepts in psychology. At the base of his pyramid, he placed physiological needs like food and water, then safety. But the third level, right after our basic survival needs, is belonging and love. Not achievement, not recognition, belonging. Maslow understood that humans will sacrifice almost anything to feel like they are part of something larger than themselves. We are not built to be alone. We are built to be woven into the fabric of a group. If you are new to this channel and enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel to watch similar videos in the future. Your brain developed over millions of years in small tribal communities. For your ancestors, being part of the tribe meant survival. Being cast out meant death. Not eventually, not theoretically, death within days. No one survived alone on the ancient savanna. The human infant is born more helpless than almost any other mammal. We require years of care to become independent. We needed the protection of the group. We needed the collective knowledge of the elders. We needed to belong, or we died. Your brain still carries this ancient programming. Dr. Matthew Lieberman, a neuroscientist at UCLA, has spent decades researching what he calls our social brain. His research shows that when you feel socially rejected, the same parts of your brain light up that process physical pain. Social pain and physical pain use overlapping neural circuits. Your brain literally experiences social exclusion as a threat to your survival. This is not metaphor, this is biology. When you walk into that family gathering, when you see faces that know your history, your brain recognizes safety. It recognizes tribe. Dr. John Cacioppo, who pioneered research on loneliness, discovered that chronic loneliness is as dangerous to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It increases your risk of early death by 26%. Loneliness increases inflammation, raises blood pressure, and suppresses immune function. Your body interprets isolation as a crisis. Family gatherings do the opposite. They tell your nervous system that you are safe, that you are connected, that you belong. Dr. Sue Johnson, who developed emotionally focused therapy, explains that humans are bonding mammals. We are hardwired for attachment. When we experience secure connection, our nervous system calms, our heart rate stabilizes, our stress hormones decrease. The simple act of being with people who know us and accept us changes our physiology. There is a chemical involved that makes this even more interesting: oxytocin. Scientists call it the bonding hormone. It is released during childbirth, during breastfeeding, during physical touch, and during positive social interactions. Dr. Paul Zak, a neuroeconomist who studies oxytocin, has shown that this chemical increases trust, reduces fear, and creates feelings of contentment and security. When families gather, when there is laughter and shared meals and familiar voices, oxytocin flows. This is not just about feeling good. Oxytocin has measurable effects on your body. It lowers cortisol, your primary stress hormone. It reduces blood pressure. It improves digestion. It strengthens your immune system. The warmth you feel during a family gathering is not just emotional, it is biochemical. Your body is literally healing itself through connection. Dr. Roy Baumeister, a social psychologist who has researched the need to belong for decades, argues that belonging is a fundamental human motivation, as powerful as hunger or thirst. His research shows that people who feel they belong are happier, healthier, and more resilient. They recover from setbacks faster. They experience less anxiety and depression. They even live longer. Belonging is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Family gatherings provide something that other social connections often cannot. They provide unconditional acceptance. Your friends know the version of you that you present to the world. Your colleagues know your professional self. But your family knows the full story. They know where you came from. They know your flaws. They remember when you failed. And they still show up. Dr. Kristen Neff, who studies self-compassion, talks about how important it is to be fully known and still accepted. Family gatherings offer that rare experience. Social identity theory, developed by psychologist Henri Tajfel, explains how our sense of self comes from the groups we belong to. We are not just individuals. We are members of families, communities, cultures. Our identity is partly collective. When you sit at the family table, you are not just yourself. You are part of a lineage. You are connected to the past and the future. You carry forward traditions, values, stories. This gives your life a sense of meaning that individual achievement cannot provide. Dr. Viktor Frankl wrote about finding meaning in suffering. He believed that humans need three things to find meaning in life: creative work, love, and courage in the face of difficulty. Family provides the context for all three. It gives you people to love, it gives you a legacy to build, and it gives you witnesses to your struggles, people who validate that your difficulties matter. The stories that get told at family gatherings serve a psychological function. Dr. Marshall Duke, a psychologist at Emory University, has studied family narratives. He found that children who know their family history, who can tell you where their grandparents came from and what challenges the family has overcome, have higher self-esteem and stronger coping skills. Knowing your family story gives you resilience. It shows you that people before you faced difficulties and survived. You come from survivors. You carry that strength. There is also something profound about being known over time. Dr. Dan McAdams, a personality psychologist who studies life narratives, talks about how our identity is a story we tell about ourselves. But that story needs an audience. Family members are the people who have watched your story unfold chapter by chapter. They remember the person you were at 8, at 15, at 25. They can reflect back to you how you have grown and changed. This long-term witnessing validates your existence in a way that newer relationships cannot. Attachment theory, developed by John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth, explains how our early bonds with caregivers shape our ability to form relationships throughout life. People who grow up with secure attachment, who feel consistently loved and safe, develop an internal working model that relationships are trustworthy. Family gatherings can reinforce this secure base, even in adulthood. They remind you that you have people you can return to, people who provide comfort when life gets hard. For people who did not grow up with secure attachment, family gatherings can be complicated. Not all families are safe. Not all families provide unconditional love. Some family gatherings bring up pain rather than comfort. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, who studies trauma, has shown that families can be sources of deep wounding. For some people, the idea of family belonging is aspirational rather than real. They long for what others take for granted. But even in complicated families, there is often someone, one grandparent, one aunt, one cousin, who sees you. Dr. Emmy Werner conducted a famous longitudinal study of children who grew up in difficult circumstances. She found that the single most important factor in resilience was having at least one person who believed in them. One person who provided unconditional positive regard. Family gatherings can be the place where you find that person. The opposite of belonging is loneliness, and modern life creates loneliness at unprecedented levels. Dr. Vivek Murthy, the former Surgeon General of the United States, has called loneliness a public health epidemic. More people live alone than ever before. More people report having no close friends. Technology connects us superficially while leaving us isolated. We have thousands of social media connections, but no one to call at 3 in the morning. Family gatherings push back against this isolation. They force us to be physically present with each other, no screens between us, no curated versions of ourselves, just real people in real time, messy and imperfect and present. Dr. Sherry Turkle, who studies technology and relationships, argues that we have substituted connection for conversation. We mistake constant contact for genuine intimacy. Family gatherings demand actual conversation. They require us to listen, to respond, to be uncomfortable sometimes, to work through differences. There is also something about the multi-generational aspect of family gatherings that serves a unique psychological function. Dr. Mary Pfeiffer, who writes about family relationships, talks about how spending time with elders and children simultaneously connects us to time in a different way. The elders carry wisdom and perspective. The children carry possibility and future. Being in their presence at the same time reminds us that we are part of a continuum. We are not isolated individuals. We are links in a chain. Family gatherings also provide what psychologists call social support. There are different types. Emotional support, where people listen and validate your feelings. Practical support, where people help you solve problems or provide resources. Informational support, where people share advice and knowledge. And companionship support, simply being together. Dr. Sheldon Cohen, who studies stress and social connection, has shown that people with strong social support are more resilient to stress. They get sick less often. They recover from illness faster. Their immune systems function better. During family gatherings, all these types of support are present. Your uncle gives you career advice. Your sister listens to your relationship struggles. Your cousin offers to help you move. Your grandmother just holds your hand. Each of these interactions strengthens your social safety net. They remind you that you do not have to face life's challenges alone. There is also power in collective memory. When families gather, stories get told. Do you remember when? Did I ever tell you about? This happened before you were born. Dr. William Hurst, who studies collective memory, has shown that shared memories create social bonds. When a family tells stories together, they are not just remembering, they are creating a shared identity. They are building a narrative about who they are as a unit. These shared narratives also help younger generations understand their place in the world. When a grandfather tells a story about immigrating to a new country, about learning a new language, about building a life from nothing, he is not just sharing history, he is passing down resilience. He is saying, "We come from people who overcame. You have that same strength in you." Food plays a special role in family gatherings. Dr. Robin Dunbar, an evolutionary psychologist, has shown that sharing meals together releases endorphins. The act of eating with others, especially foods that have cultural or family significance, creates bonding. Your grandmother's recipe is not just food. It is memory. It is tradition. It is love made tangible. When you eat that food, you are consuming more than nutrients. You are consuming connection. The sensory experience of family gatherings also matters. Dr. Rachel Herz, who studies smell and emotion, has shown that scent is the sense most closely linked to memory and emotion. The smell of your mother's cooking, the scent of your childhood home, these trigger memories and emotions more powerfully than almost anything else. Family gatherings are rich with these sensory anchors. They transport us to earlier versions of ourselves. They reconnect us with who we were and who we are becoming. Laughter is another powerful element of family gatherings. Dr. Robert Provine, who studies laughter, has shown that laughter is primarily a social signal. We laugh 30 times more often when we are with others than when we are alone. Laughter releases endorphins, reduces stress hormones, and creates feelings of connection. The inside jokes, the shared humor, the memories that still make everyone laugh decades later, these are social glue. Family gatherings also provide opportunities for what psychologists call generativity. Dr. Erik Erikson, who developed a theory of psychosocial development, identified generativity as a key task of middle adulthood. Generativity is the desire to guide and support the next generation. When you attend a family gathering and help your nephew with his homework, or listen to your niece's dreams, or teach a younger cousin something you know, you are fulfilling this deep psychological need. You are contributing to something that will outlast you. For older family members, gatherings provide purpose and meaning. Dr. Laura Carstenson's research on aging and emotion shows that as people get older, they become more selective about their social relationships. They prioritize meaningful connections over superficial ones. Family gatherings allow elders to be surrounded by people they have invested in, people who carry forward their values and genes. This provides a sense of legacy. Family gatherings can also be opportunities for repair. Dr. Harriet Lerner, who writes about relationships and family dynamics, talks about how families are always works in progress. Old hurts can be acknowledged, apologies can be offered, patterns can shift. Not every family gathering results in dramatic healing, but they provide chances for small moments of reconnection. A conversation that goes deeper than usual, an acknowledgement that was needed, a gesture of care that repairs a small wound. The role of touch in family gatherings cannot be overstated. Dr. Tiffany Field, who directs the Touch Research Institute, has demonstrated that touch reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, and strengthens immune function. Hugs, hand-holding, a pat on the back. These simple physical connections have measurable physiological effects. In a culture that is increasingly touch-deprived, family gatherings provide sanctioned opportunities for non-sexual physical affection. There is also value in simply being together in the same physical space. Dr. Julianne Holt-Lundstad's research on relationships and health shows that face-to-face interaction has benefits that phone calls and video chats do not provide. When you are physically present with someone, you pick up on micro-expressions, body language, tone, and energy that technology cannot fully capture. Family gatherings provide this full bandwidth connection. For children, family gatherings teach social skills. Dr. Jean Twenge, who studies generational differences, has documented how younger generations spend less time with people face-to-face. They are losing opportunities to practice reading social cues, negotiating conflict, and building relationships. Family gatherings, with their mix of ages and personalities, provide a natural training ground for social development. Family gatherings also create what psychologists call a secure base. Dr. Mary Main, who advanced attachment theory, describes how a secure base allows us to explore the world confidently because we know we have a safe place to return to. When you know your family will gather, when you know there is a place where people will be happy to see you, you can take more risks in life. You can pursue dreams. You can handle failures. You know you have somewhere to return. The predictability of family gatherings matters. Dr. Bruce Perry, who studies childhood trauma and resilience, emphasizes the importance of predictable, relational experiences for brain development and emotional health. When gatherings happen regularly, when you know that Thanksgiving will come and the family will be there, it creates a rhythm to life. It provides structure in a chaotic world. Family gatherings also combat what sociologists call anomie, a sense of normlessness and disconnection from society. Dr. Emil Durkheim, one of the founders of sociology, studied how modern life can leave people feeling adrift. Family provides clear roles, clear expectations, clear values. You know who you are in relation to these people. You are a daughter, a grandson, a sister, a cousin. These roles give you identity and purpose. The gratitude that often emerges during family gatherings has its own psychological benefits. Dr. Robert Emmons, who studies gratitude, has shown that people who regularly practice gratitude are happier, healthier, and more resilient. Family gatherings, especially those that include explicit expressions of thankfulness, reinforce this positive emotion. When you look around the table and feel grateful for these people, your brain is building neural pathways for well-being. Even conflict during family gatherings can serve a purpose. Dr. John Gottman, who has studied relationships for decades, talks about how successful relationships are not conflict-free. They are relationships where conflict is managed constructively. Family gatherings provide opportunities to practice this. You learn to disagree while staying connected. You learn that relationships can survive tension. You learn that love is not the absence of difficulty, but the commitment to work through it. Family gatherings also offer perspective. When you talk to relatives who have lived through different eras, different challenges, different historical moments, you understand that your current problems are not unique. Your grandmother survived a war. Your parents navigated economic hardship. Your cousin overcame illness. These stories do not minimize your struggles, but they contextualize them. They show you that difficulty is part of the human experience and that people endure. The rituals of gratitude, whether saying grace before a meal or going around the table to share what you are thankful for, activate the parasympathetic nervous system. This is the part of your nervous system that calms you down, that tells your body it is safe to rest and digest. Dr. Stephen Porges's polyvagal theory explains how social connection activates the ventral vagal pathway, which promotes feelings of safety and calm. Family rituals trigger this calming response. For people who have experienced trauma, family gatherings can be complicated. Dr. Judith Herman, who studies trauma recovery, talks about how healing requires reconnection. Not necessarily with the people who caused harm, but reconnection with humanity, with community, with trust. For some, family gatherings provide this. For others, chosen family, friends who become family, serve this purpose. The psychology of belonging does not require blood relation. It requires consistent, caring presence. The end of a family gathering often brings a bittersweet feeling, sadness that it is ending, but warmth that it happened. Dr. Mary Frances O'Connor, who studies grief and loss, explains that this feeling is a form of anticipatory grief. We are aware that these moments are finite. We will not have this exact gathering again. This awareness makes the present moment more precious. It makes us pay attention. It makes us grateful while it is happening. As you drive away from a family gathering, you might notice that you feel different than when you arrived. More settled. More yourself. Less alone. This is not magic. This is neuroscience. This is psychology. This is biology. Your nervous system has been regulated by connection. Your brain has been bathed in bonding hormones. Your identity has been reinforced by people who know your story. You have been reminded that you are not just an individual navigating the world alone. You are part of something larger. You belong. The modern world will continue to isolate us if we let it. It will offer us convenience and autonomy and the illusion that we can thrive alone. But your brain knows better. Your body knows better. You were built for belonging. You were made to be part of a tribe. Family gatherings, imperfect as they are, messy as they can be, provide something your nervous system desperately needs. They provide proof that you are not alone. They provide evidence that you matter. They provide the experience of being fully known and still loved. Your happiness during family gatherings is not nostalgia. It is not tradition for tradition's sake. It is your body recognizing what it has always known. You are supposed to belong. You are supposed to be connected. You are supposed to be part of something that existed before you and will continue after you. When you walk into that room full of people who know you, your brain lights up because it is finally getting what it was designed for. Connection. Belonging. Home. Please subscribe to our channel if you are new. This helps to spread the psychology knowledge to more people like you.